This is an auto-narrated audiobook generated by Google. In a land that was running dry, with very few grass, because of lack of rain, a shepherd whose name was Boby starts embarking on an impossible journey. To find a land that wasn't dry and good for him and his sheep to stay. Mocked by his fellow shepherds as an idiot who has no common sense for putting his life and that of his sheep in danger to go to a land that is not seen. As he is about to leave the land, a fellow shepherd said, "Boby, you know there is food, grass, water here, why leave?" "Things will get better in time," Boby answers. "I am leaving because the streams are almost dry due to the lack of rain these 2 years. Grass is withering, and nothing is growing. I have hope I will find a land that is better. Do you want to come?" The man answered, "Stop being a fool, we have enough food for the next few months. Who knows if things will change after that, and if it doesn't, then we will accept what comes." Boby answers, "The country we live in is called Urbs Mox Incendetur, which means city that will be soon burned in Latin. I need to leave, this land is curse." And as he said this, he started walking, and his sheep following him. And as he walked, everyone, including the sheep of the other shepherds, started to laugh. But lifting his head high, left knowing what was soon approaching. As the sheep followed their shepherd, they started to walk on a rocky road, and some started to complain, "Our feet is hurting and we haven't eaten grass for the last 20 minutes in our journey." At that the shepherd said, "Once we get to our destination you will eat grass that is greener and drink water that is clean." With those words he comforted the fainted-hearted of the sheep, as they continued on the journey. As the hours passed, night started to fall. Some of the sheep said, "Are we going in the barn now?" At that Boby answered, "Not today, let's draw more together and be warm for the night and sleep, while I will stay awake and keep watch over you. So no wolf, fox, or wild animals would hurt you." That night Boby kept watch over his sheep as the sheep slept, trusting their shepherd to keep them protected from harm. A wolf was heard at a distance, but did not come close because Boby has his rod and staff was at hand. "No one will do them wrong as long as they keep close, trusting in me," he said. A sheep in the middle of the night awoke to try to wander from the group at seeing that Boby grabbed his staff, and with the hook at the end of the staff brought him back in. As the day approached, Boby told his sheep, "Let's go," and the journey continued. Finding a little grass and stream nearby as they walked, Boby told the sheep, "Eat, for we still have a long journey ahead of us." So they ate and drank. Then started to walk, looking at their shepherd, and not the journey ahead. As the journey at times seemed impossible, painful, tough, and too much to handle, there was more rocks which they had to walk upon. There were times the shepherd had to carry the weaker of the group, for they couldn't no more. They remembered the words of their shepherd, and looking at him as their guide through the impossible journey, made it to the impossible land. As the months passed, Boby heard news of a shepherd who had escaped of the Urbs Mox Incendetur, which land was now in flames, and everyone who stood except one to tell the story couldn't escape. The moral of the story: let us trust our good shepherd Jesus Christ on the journey to heaven, which to many is an impossible land, as we see the land before us, planet Earth, soon to go into flames. Hebrews chapter 12 verses 1-3. Therefore we also, since we are surrounded by so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which so easily ensnares us, and let us run with endurance the race that is set before us. Looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and has sat down at the right hand of the throne of God. For consider him who endured such hostility from sinners against himself, lest you become weary and discouraged in your souls.